Money talks. Chocolate sings. Kissing babies and hugging fat girls. It's really a great luxury to have, to be able to go from big films to indie films, too. Because I'm on the job learning as an actor, and independent films is where I'm learning to act. It's never boring in makeup. It's much easier when you have your coworkers who are they're there in the moment. If you were out of the moment, you would feel odd. If you're pursuing something that you love and you're learning something new every day, that's the key to youth, staying young. I'm not afraid to go up to people and pick their brains and ask for advice. To me, that's how you get better. That's how I've gotten better at everything I've ever done. Don't be too proud to ask for help. I'm not a leading man. I'm a character actor. That's what I want to be. I'm more a fan of old-school films with really interesting stories and good performances. That's what I like to do. I was an amateur wrestler, which I loved. It was my passion, but I started really late. I was a junior in high school when I began. I want to play the regular guy who's had a bit of a jaded past or a bit of a tortured soul because I think they're interesting. I really feel like indie films are where I learn to be a better actor, especially because they always give you a bit more freedom to collaborate. I never excelled at one sport or had a very strong passion for anything other than wrestling and bodybuilding. I don't think there's a certain part of a character I take with me. There's a certain part of me I leave with each character, though. I didn't want to be a movie star, I wanted to be an actor. Because acting is what I fell in love with, and acting is what is still challenging for me. Honestly, I don't aspire to be a huge movie star. I really just fell in love with acting. Everything I do on screen is very subtle. For some reason, I struggle seeing myself as a leading man. Basketballs don't hold grudges. I didn't want to take the typical action roles that everybody was expecting me to take, because I was going to get typecast as that guy, the action guy who didn't have anything really bright to say and who just kicked in doors and punched people in the face and shot people and drove off in a cool car. I didn't want to be that guy. I love playing different characters. I just do. I want to play even more quirky and interesting characters and just something that people wouldn't automatically think that I would be. I want to go against the grain a bit, and I'm hoping people will be open-minded enough to cast me in stuff that's going against the grain. I spent my whole life being very shy and introverted, and I kind of found my release and therapy in the gym. I became this big, menacing physical stature of a man, but internally I'm still kind of insecure. Warm, fuzzy and go away. I'm a poor kid from the streets. What I've been able to achieve has really just been through hard work and not letting anyone tell me that I couldn't do something. I always try to encourage people to just pursue your dreams. I'm not a big guy. I'm not a menacing guy. I'm not an intimidating guy. I may look that way, but just spend 2 seconds talking to me, and you know that's not who I am, not as a person, as a character. It's not who I intend to be. If I could get myself to a place where I felt secure and I wouldn't have to kind of worry about money and I know my family would be secure, then I would leave the big studios so I could continue to make smaller films, and hopefully get to direct a few of them, too. In wrestling there are so many people inside and outside the ring, and it's so live, and it's this whole adrenaline thing. Whereas you move it into this more intimate thing, everything gets all quiet. Someone says action, and you have to say the lines and make the words your own. It couldn't be any more different, and it's weird sometimes trying to explain that to people. When I tell people that acting is much more terrifying to me than going out in front of 10,000 people, they don't quite believe it because for some reason that intimacy is just terrifying to me.